Stop holding yourself back from creating art, starting your art journey, starting content creating, whatever it is, stop holding yourself back. Hey everybody, it's Dia, and welcome back to my channel. So if you're watching this video, obviously, we're not here to hold ourselves back for 2025, right? Clock it. Okay, so I think the first thing I want to start off with is I feel that there are many people who are fearful of pushing their art out there or comparing themselves to the next person or the people that they see online. We all start from somewhere. We all were once beginners, okay? And I can even call myself like an advanced painter because I'm even like, I don't know, rekindling the flame, right? And I was one of those people that recovered for a long hiatus, and so I'm like, I feel like I'm playing catch up, you know? And I was one of those people who like self-sabotage themselves. Like last year, I had goals to try to get into an art gallery, and I didn't apply to any because I felt like my art wasn't good enough. And this year, I've decided that I'm actually going to apply to galleries and really push myself out there to try to get into some galleries and not try to compare myself to the next person, because how sometimes I can be overcritical about my art, and I feel like that's the same with like many artists, right? You're super overcritical about your art, and it makes you either not want to post it, not want to submit to a gallery, just like, I don't know, wanting to start over. And even like some of the pieces that I think are my best pieces, like this one back here, other people have different opinions. Some people think my one line drawing is the best thing that I've ever done. And sometimes you just have to let people consume your art and see the type of feedback that you get. And I think as long as you're happy with it, then it's good, whether people like it, dislike it, or love it. And I feel like, so another point, right? So we have problems and challenges. And people oftentimes have a fear of failure, or they want something to be perfect. See, that's what's holding you back. It's really good to make a bunch of mistakes. Even like starting this YouTube channel that I've just started, I'm learning as I go, and it's getting better as I go because I've failed at a lot of things. Whether it's making a thumbnail, making a video, talking about points, like it's just, there's so many things that can go wrong, and if it goes wrong, it's fine. You learn from it, and now you can improve. And that's why I have my 100 series, because I want to really tap into things that are my weaknesses and things, so I can push myself out there and do things that are outside of my comfort zone, which is why I'm drawing 100 people, and so on and so on. And something that I hear a lot of, right, it is people wanting to have their art to be perfect. And I feel like a lot of art isn't perfect. People need to get this out. You need to change your mindset. Just because you have an image in your head doesn't mean it's exactly going to translate on the paper. It might even be better. There are happy mistakes in art, and not everything is a mistake. And some people don't even finish their art and start judging it, and I am a people that do that too. Well, I will start judging my paintings and I'm not even done with it, and I just have to trust the process until it's done, and then I'll judge it. So what I would recommend people to do, at least for this year, is to really do things outside of your comfort zone creatively. Whether, if you're better at drawing people like me, start drawing people. If you want to tap into abstract, tap into abstract. If you're not good at realism, start practicing realism. It's just, you want to expand the horizon for yourselves and not be the reason why you're holding back your art journey. And when you hold yourself back, it also impacts your creative expression. And a lot of people are seeking this art style. I feel like it's very hard to, you discover an art style through creating art, whether it's perfect or not, which is why I personally create a ton of art, because even if it's something that turned out really bad, it's something that I'll probably never do again. Or I can refine because I know exactly what I did wrong. And if I want to add it to a painting or a huge project that I'm doing, I can do that because I've practiced it, I've seen it, which is why I have a bunch of sketchbooks and I draw a bunch of different little things on my account, which is why I feel like sometimes when I post things, people are like, who is this person? But because they followed me for either like this painting or my line drawing that's over there. So I do think sometimes when I post my art, it gets people out of whack and they're just like, who is this artist? But yeah, I just like to show my creative process, even if I'm messing up and stuff like that, because nobody is perfect. Everybody started from somewhere. And just because you see some of like the big art influencers, like they started from somewhere too. Like at one point, all of their art looked horrible too. So there's no need to compare yourself to, oh, why isn't my art looking like this? Like we're the same age and my art should be up to this par. Like you can get there with practice. And yeah, and I think people are just like, oh my gosh, they were gifted. No, they worked hard to get to where they're at. Those people are dedicated, okay? Dedicated to the arts. And for those who are suffering from art block, you don't know what I do when I am going through an art block. I usually tap into things that usually give me inspiration. Usually it's not music. It's like going outside, reading a book. I'll also go back to the basics. I'll go back to the basics. Still lives. Like those aren't necessarily inspirational, but I just do that to refine my skills. Like I can always make a better apple. And then sometimes from there, it sparks ideas and then I write down those ideas. And so that's kind of how I don't know. I don't really have too many art blocks just because I have a notes list of everything that I've ever thought in my head that I thought would be a cool idea. And I have it on my notes. And another thing that I do, which I need to stop doing, is I'll have this idea and I won't create it because I think that I don't have the creative like technique to actually achieve something I want to do. And that is probably my biggest downfall, because I am holding myself back, not creating art that I haven't even tried. I haven't even failed yet, and I'm already thinking in my head that I failed and I haven't even tried. So that's something that I'm working on this year. I actually started this stained glass painting that I kind of believe that I don't have the technical ability to do, but I'm going to do it anyway and see how it turns out and learn from the things that I could improve. And honestly, it's looking pretty good right now. I'm pretty proud of myself. And I lost the reference that I was using for that painting. And also, I forgot to mention, the reason why I didn't apply to galleries last year, which was my goal of the year, the reason why I didn't do it is because sometimes I have severe imposter syndrome where I'll see like other people's art and I'm like, wow, they're so good. I feel like my art isn't good enough to go into the galleries, which is why I don't submit. And some of the galleries that like I was looking at, it was free to submit and I still didn't submit, and that's exactly what happened, imposter syndrome. So that's something I am working through. And if you guys are struggling with it too, you're not the only one. So even when I'm like in art spaces where I'm like going to the gallery and meeting artists, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've never been in a gallery, like, and I think personally, just because you've never been in a gallery, it doesn't make you less of an artist for those who have been in a gallery. Same with people who go to art school and people who don't go to art school. You're both artists. Like, let's call it a day. Y'all are both artists. I don't think there's any hierarchy to, oh, you went to art school and you got a PhD. Okay, well, you're more of an artist than like this person who didn't go to school. I think that's really dumb for people who believe that. So overall, I think that any type of creative mistakes that you make, you embrace those mistakes and either learn from them or adapt to them. And this year, make yourself uncomfortable, okay? Go out there to that gallery, go submit your art, go start that YouTube channel, start an art account. Whatever it takes this year, do that. And if you really want it, you're gonna do it. Anyway, if you guys have made it to the end of this video, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and see y'all next time. Bye.